Hi, so I'm Kath. I'm a physiotherapist, and I have a daughter called Bethan who's now 15 years old. And in 2011, we started a trial to become eczema free, and so now she's 8 years eczema free, and had lots of boles in her wrists and elbows. And she was about 15 months old. It was on a trip to New Zealand that we noticed she was getting red areas and rash areas. So we just treated it with like dry skin and used creams off the counter, which didn't really help particularly. A few years later, the dry skin was continuing, but we didn't really do too much about it until really noticeable when she started school, age 4. And really, I think probably the stresses of something exciting and new started, and she became a lot more red rashing on her wrists and elbows and behind her knees. So from an early age, for 15 months or so, we noticed that Bethan used to twirl her wrists and ankles, and it was in response to the itch. In hindsight, we knew it was in response to itch. We thought it was cute at the time. But as she got older, she was 4 or 5 when it really started to itch, the rash on her arms and legs, and she got quite distracted by it and quite upset with herself, because as a parent you naturally say, oh, don't itch, just try and stop scratching, because we could see it was getting red raw and there was lots of bleeding. The GP advised certain creams, and however the scratching and itch continued even though we were putting creams on. And so we'd read up, and the doctor had prescribed some special magic pyjamas and wet wrapping suits that were like a all body, from neck right down to the bottom of the wrists and ankles, like pyjamas. So after a wrapping technique, we'd put the creams on twice a day, so in the mornings before school, before bed in the evenings. It would take about half an hour of creaming everywhere, and then wrapping up in bandages, and then there's these suits to go on. Quite time consuming, quite upsetting, because we did try and make it a game and sticker charts to make it fun, doing it in front of the television, but it was very time consuming and quite upsetting when all she wanted to do was be normal, when she could see cousins and family not having to do this. So to help ourselves, we searched up any kind of support around eczema, and then found an eczema support group at our local hospital. And on one of the sessions we had a speaker called Dr. Harley Farmer, who came and was talking at something that we'd never heard of, about methods of Execzema, and talking about how the skin works, and it just brought very new, revolutionary really ideas to us. So the next stage, after going home and trying the wipes and some hand wash, was got in touch with Dr. Harley, who was more than happy to come out and support us. So he came to visit the home and met Bethan, and bought the range, and talked us through a little bit more detail. So with my physio background, I could really it brought back memories of lectures about how the skin works and physiology, and it made so much sense. And to Bethan as well, she was 7 at the time, and it made so much sense to her as well. So we were like, okay, yeah, we really want to try this. And so Harley was really good at explaining exactly how much to do, how much to put on, what to do, phone numbers for support, and regular emails and telephone calls in the first few weeks. So it started just after Bethan's 7th birthday in October 2011, and we went cold turkey with all the creams and medical emollients that had been prescribed, and the routine of wrapping. So completely stopped everything as per advice, and used the the hand wash and regular washing, and wiping. So whenever anything got itchy, use a wipe. I have cold things from the fridge, so cold cans of Coke or whatever, just to roll on to the skin, which was really helpful. So I think it was about 2 weeks in that the skin really became very, very dry. However, it also became absolutely not greasy at all. And not the rubbery effect that I realised, we haven't really been seeing her true skin all this time. So although it was true skin we could see, it become very dry. So carrying on from that, after them early few months, it probably came into about the summertime when we were about 8 months post eczema, we like to call it. And it was the sunshine coming out, and we noticed Bethan was getting freckles, particularly on her forehead, on her cheeks, which we'd never seen before. Her skin was like a proper translucent, lovely young person's skin with these gorgeous little freckles, and there was absolutely no red rims around her eyes, and it was all very natural and looking just lovely and summery.